How much you charge for that? Well, they send me the sneakers and I charge them $400. I stay busy with everything.
So we got to work together to make it great. So I got to listen. It is go time. I hope it's go time for you. Membership or something for us to get in there?
Yeah, you have to.
Grand Rising, everybody. Forgot, everybody, that I have a page myself that I ought to be growing, right? A lot of times, y'all, we be forgetting that we got our own business that we need to be taking care of. But y'all, if you were like me, one, I was afraid, Freddie. I was afraid, Marcus. I was afraid, Undiscovered. I was afraid, y'all. I was afraid of my own potential. And then I said, you know what, y'all? 2025, 2025, I am releasing my potential. I am releasing my potential, and I am going to shine bright like the diamond that the Most High told me that I am, y'all. So if you with me, Undiscovered, if you are with me, X Factor, if you are with me, thank you so much for the follow. If you are with me and you are ready for this struggle because you putting up your dukes this morning and you're ready to fight that enemy that's within, because that's where the enemy at, y'all. Don't leave out your house this morning thinking that you're fighting against the world and you ain't even wanting to fight with yourself yet. Hello. Don't think you are going to go out your house this morning or leave out your job and face the world if you have not faced yourself. I'm just saying. These are the things that I have to do for me. I have to face myself, all of me. I have to look at myself and love on me before I even face the world. Because if I don't, y'all, hot flash. If I don't do that, y'all, if I don't get my mind together in the morning before I face the world, then I am leaving an opening for the enemy to come in, swoop in, and just be in my ear. I talk about it every morning, and we aren't doing that in 2025. 2025, we are living full out. 2025, if we have been blessed to see this year amongst everything that we've gone through, y'all, if we have been blessed, Jay, to see this year, then I think it is our responsibility. I'm talking about you and I. It is our responsibility to do with it what we must. Okay, Undiscovered. It is our responsibility to do with it what we must. I'm not procrastinating on myself anymore. I did that for too long. Okay, procrastinating on my own potential. Okay, acting like God didn't wake me up. Acting like the Most High didn't wake me up and say, I got work for you to do. Y'all, I wanted to focus on the wrong thing. Okay, I want to focus on the wrong thing. I want to focus on everything but the right thing. And the right thing is like her you live in. Okay, you have a breath in your body, Tay. Okay, Marsha, we aren't focusing on the wrong things today. We don't even have time for that. We don't have time for that. I am going to be 50 next year. If the Lord say the same, y'all. If the Lord say the same, I'll be 49 on Saturday. And if I make it to Saturday, y'all, if the Lord say the same and I make it to Saturday, then I'm really going to be propelling myself because I don't know about y'all, but I can measure the amount of procrastination that I have done in my own life, okay? I can measure it and I can look at it and be like, oh, if you hadn't procrastinated in this instance, maybe you would have did that. If you hadn't procrastinated in that instance. But then I say, you know what, y'all? I'm not going to sit in that mess. I'm not going to sit there and just be, oh, woe is me. I know I made some mistakes. I know I did, but I'm not going to sit there and hold myself to the fire. I'm just going to keep on moving on. So this is what y'all see. I'm moving on. I'm going to move on. I gained a whole bunch of experience by procrastinating. Now I know what not to do. Don't procrastinate. Don't. Because it's not going to get me anywhere. If I need to get up and do something, get up and do something. It's not going to happen unless you get up. Okay? How many of y'all out there dreaming? Oh, I know God got me. I'm just going to sit here in this chair and I'm just going to dream. Okay? But where's the action behind that dream? Where's the action behind that dream? That's all I'm saying, Todd. Georgia, Omar, Jada, Grand Rising to y'all, Tammy. That's all I'm saying. Because, man, if you don't have the action behind the dream, it's just a dream that will not get realized. I'm going to repeat that again for the people in the back or just coming on. If you don't have the action behind that dream, then it's just a dream. I realized, y'all, that I have to put the action behind the dream. I have to put the intention behind the dream. I have to make sure I understand why with this dream, because that why is going to keep me up. That why is going to get me up out that bed when I just want to lay there. That why is going to put my feet to the fire when I just want to procrastinate. Your why, August, Micah, Omar, your why is what you are going to latch on to when you are just feeling down and out. Your why is the reason why you know you must, you will, and you can change your life circumstances. Your why will do that for you. I have a whole bunch of whys, y'all. I have a whole bunch of whys. I need them. One of the things I love about self-development, self-improvement, personal development is that you get to tap into why you are doing these things. Why am I procrastinating? Why am I sleeping on my own potential? Self-development will narrow into those things. Counseling will do it as well. I mean, it's really up to you. All I'm saying in 2025, if you know deep down inside that you need to fix some things about yourself, go get help. Go get help or start the help that you're or start doing the work within that you need to. Because if you did not have, if you can look at your last 5 years, and your last 5 years weren't all up to par or something that you can look at yourself in the mirror and just be proud of, if you haven't had that yet in your life, then honey, listen. But keep on coming back every single morning. You make sure you subscribe to Green Links. Make sure you subscribe because we about to change some things in our lives this morning, y'all. We are about to change some things in our lives because you get tired of being tired, Jules. You know, Dalton, Nana, you get tired of being tired, Keith. And sometimes when you realize that you were your biggest enemy, that you were the person that keep holding you back when you were the cause, man, it's like having a come to Jesus moment with yourself. You sometimes you have to turn yourself back into that child and reprimand it. Reprimand yourself in that. Reprimand yourself. And remember why you're doing it. So today I want to talk about the whys. Why we have to establish the reasons why we're doing this. Well, when I initially heard that, it was like, okay, establish a why. It seemed okay, establish a why, and you get your notebook out and you write down all your whys. Let me tell you something. This is why they say you have to continuously look at why. You have to continuously look at that business plan. You have to continuously tell yourself affirmations, because what happens when you repeat it, it sinks down into your cells and it becomes a habit, Betty Johnson. It becomes a habit, B. Brown. It becomes a habit, King Paul. And those are the type of habits that we want in 2025. We want the type of habits that's going to allow us to grow, not the type of habits, Garth, that's going to cause stagnation in our life. We're not doing that. We are not doing that, King Paul, not in 2025. Did we do that for a very long time? Am I talking to somebody out there? How long did you and I sleep on your own potential? Because fear was out there. You know, that false evidence appearing real. That fear was there, Skywatcher. So we decided to sleep on our potential or not even realize it, or we wanted to play dumb because we were in the wrong room. Another reason why you need to establish your why, because as you are telling yourself that you are an imposter, that what the Most High is telling you is not true, that's when you're going to have to rip out that notebook and be like, why am I doing this again? Oh, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. So even though I'm experiencing a little bit of discomfort, even though I'm experiencing a little bit of pain, Wangi, even though I'm not liking this feeling that I'm dealing with right now, I understand why I'm doing this. I'm remembering why I'm doing this. I'm remembering why I have to do this. Do I have any parents out there? I know the first why many of us as parents want to put down will be our kids. No. You need to put yourself down as your first why. We are putting the oxygen mask on ourselves. I know SAP 7, CISO, we all going to love on our children. I'm a mom of 6. If you don't know, I'm a mom of 6. And my first immediate reaction when I first heard of this exercise was, oh, I'm going to put my kids down. And I'm not only going to put my kids down, I'm going to list all of their names. I need you to put your name down first. You need to be number one on this journey. It is not about being selfish. It is about recognizing that if the oxygen mask is not on you and you are trying to save the world, you are going to get depleted. And before long, Ben Brown, before long, 1 in a million, before long, you are going to be the one passed out in the plane, and everybody else that you are supposed to be saving are going to be unsavable. You know why? You know why, football? You know why, user 233? Because you and I have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. Unapologetically, put the oxygen mask on you. We have to, in order to deal with what you are going to have to deal with, in order to deal with what I have to deal with on an everyday basis. So establish your why. And keep that oxygen mask on today. When you have that oxygen mask on, you know the amount of work that you're going to be able to accomplish. You know the amount of lives that you're going to be able to save and change, because you, with the oxygen mask on you, you are going to become an example of what it looks like, cool boy, of what it looks like to pick yourself up out the dirt, to pick yourself up, Cheryl. You're going to be the example of what it looks like. And in order to do that, the oxygen mask has to be on you. You have to establish your why. Well, why should I be first? Because without you, it's not going to work. It's just me. Without you, this is not going to work. Because you have been purposely purposed. You have been purposely purposed, Vanita 5. And I know that a lot of us have been led to believe the hype that, no, I'm not purposely purposed. I can't do anything. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. Because you and I, many times we are looking at what other people are doing, Ricardio. I'm sorry, Ricard. We're looking at what other people are doing instead of paying attention to what we should be doing, Vanita. Instead of paying attention to what we should be doing. I'm focusing on that person over there that did my hair so pretty. Oh, I can't braid. I wish I can braid and make these beautiful creations. I would be able to do X, Y, Z. Well, Vet and whoever else is listening, Bertha, Marianne, maybe that's not your calling. Maybe your calling is something else. And in order to find out what your calling is, because we all hold our own space, we all are the kings and queens in our own space. Maybe if I start doing the work on myself, then I can figure out what space I'm supposed to hold. Because if I'm looking at my hairstylist space and I can't braid, I'm going to be looking at the wrong thing. And before long, my purpose is going to pass me by because I was focused on the wrong thing. So again, y'all, look at your why. I need you to look at your why, because you're going to get frustrated sometimes. It comes with the territory, but that frustration leads to the reward. That frustration is going to lead to the reward. That feeling that you feel in the pit of your stomach because you're going through some changes right now in your life, because it's not familiar territory to you, is really going to lead to that reward. It's going to lead to that change that you are seeking, BSN student. A lot of times we want everything to be pitch perfect. We want it to feel good as we go venturing into our new. We want it to feel good. Impossible, y'all. Impossible. Impossible. What you're going to feel is what growth feels like. That's what you're going to feel. And it is going to come with so many blessings, and you're going to be so proud of yourself afterwards, but you have to allow yourself to go through it. You have to allow yourself to go through it. I had to allow myself to go through it. I'm still growing through it as we speak. As far as relationships, friendships, whatever it is. We have to allow ourselves to grow through it and not be afraid. I was so afraid so long, Mr. Fooligan. I was so afraid. I was afraid because my mom is no longer here. I was afraid because now I'm for real grown. At the same time, my kids are grown. It's a whole bunch of things going on in my life. And I was afraid because of the change that was happening. And then I said, you know what? I know what this is because I've gone through this before in my life. And now I have to, on this level that I am, I have to pull out these tools that I've already used before, I've used in my prior life, and I have to apply them into this life. I have to apply them on this journey. And then as I'm going along on this journey, I am still learning and I am still experiencing new things, and I am adding to my already full toolbox. You want that toolbox overflowing, y'all. You want that toolbox overflowing, because what happens is that as you grow and as you journey into your new, you are going to expand your whole world. The world that you are looking at right now is probably so narrow because a lot of us have not experienced life. How many of you right now looking at this video have never gone as far as 50 miles outside of your neighborhood, 100 miles outside of your neighborhood? People a long time ago went on these journeys, not just looking for food and stuff like that. They went on these journeys because something was urging them to look for something different. Because a lot of us, just because you're born just rapid in a certain place, don't mean you're supposed to be stationed there. Okay? Some of you have destinations way outside of what you are thinking of right now. And you're wondering why you're not happy. You're wondering why you aren't fulfilled, HH Sports. It's because where are you journeying to? Where do you think your final destination is? Because if your final destination is based on your life and what you've experienced thus far, then I think you are severely limiting yourself. I think you are severely limiting yourself. I know I was severely limiting myself for a very long time. I was limiting my potential based on the things that I had grown through because I grew up in the projects. So I think because I grew up in the projects, I can't have nothing more than a fly house in the projects. No. Because you grew up in a trailer home, that's gonna be your life forever. Because your mom and dad was addicted to something, that's going to be your life? No. I said it before, we can line up all the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, but that still does not determine your future. That still does not determine my future. I'm not going to let it. Nope. I am not going to let it, and I don't want you to let it at all either. Pat Turner, either. So I realized in my own life that we all need someone to guide us. And I thought to myself as I'm going through my own process was, man, I wish I would have had these tools X amount of years. I wish, that woulda, coulda, shoulda. I went through that phase of woulda, coulda, shoulda. And then it's like, man, if I can help someone reach their full potential at a much quicker place than I did, not saying that you aren't going to go through some things or grow through some things, but if I can be an example of what it looks like to use and apply life tools, then God let you have the glory. Because obviously you didn't got me up after I tried to do myself dirty. So obviously you got something for me to do. Obviously the Most High has something for you to do. Chatterbox, I don't want you to leave this live thinking that your life is going to be the way it is just because somebody told you that. Naomi, Cordell, High Sports. I don't want anybody to ever come on to any of these lives or anything Green Links related and feel worse than they did when they came. The intention is to let you know, go energy, that it is possible, sweetness, that it is possible, Trump, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. It is possible. Your potential is deep within. When they say you come here with everything you need, y'all, you came here with everything you need. I'm telling you. Allow the process. Lagoon. Allow the process, because that process is turning you into that glowing diamond that you are supposed to be. I promise you that. Sometimes we get so caught up in the mess of life and we think that we can't change the circumstances, but you can. You can. It starts with you. Don't look outside of yourself to fix your life. The moment I stopped looking outside of myself to fix my life, when I started realizing that I am purposely purposed for a time just like this, when I started realizing that my life is worth living, Gail, that I am a precious stone, that you are just as precious as you were when you were born, Lagoon, it like flipped the switch in my mind. Now you're guarding yourself, Gail, right? Good morning to you. Now you're guarding yourself. Now you realize that you do have potential. Now you realize that you had to go through all of that heavy pressure because you were always a diamond. How many of you stood out? Miss Valerie, how many of y'all stood out as a young child? Always stood out. And you wonder, because you stood out, because you wasn't like everybody else, you thought that something was wrong with you, baby. Wasn't nothing wrong with you. You were supposed to stand out. You stood out because you are special. You stood out because you brought something so special on this earth that the devil tried to take you out. You stood out because, Gail, you had to go through all of them things, Miss Jackson. You had to go through all of them things because you were supposed to. Because some of us have something so special in us that in order for it to come out, you have to get the pressure applied. You have to get the pressure applied. I remember hearing a story about these diamond diggers, and they were in this river just searching for diamonds. And if you know anything about diamonds, they come from a lump of coal, right? Coal looks like what? The doggone charcoal. And I may be just exaggerating a little bit, but you get my gist. Well, they're in there, and this guy picks up this huge stone, tosses it. Don't think it's anything. Somebody else comes along and picks it up and realizes, oh, wait a minute. I know it looks like a lump of coal, but this may have potential. I know this looks like a lump of coal, but you may have potential. I know your life may have felt like it's been a lump of coal, full of trials and tribulations, because your childhood wasn't perfect. Your mama wasn't even mama, and wasn't no parents in the household. The struggle was real. All you saw was violence. All you saw was mess. And you thought, Cooper, that was going to be your life, your favorite thick chick. You thought that was going to be your life, right? And then you get older and they tossing you around because they thought you were a lump of coal. But, oh, somebody found you. Okay? Because the Most High led them there and saw, oh, this is a diamond, Jessica. You are really a diamond, Rodney. I know they tried to throw you away, but you really are something. You are somebody. You just have to go through that pressure. You have to allow that pressure to get rid of everything that is no longer serving you so that you can come out shining. Sebastian, so you can come out shining. It's not impossible. Is it going to take some work? Absolutely. Are you equipped with it? Absolutely. You are equipped with the tools. What you're going to start doing is filling your bag up with even more tools so that it is overflowing. It is overflowing so much that as you are walking down the road, people are looking at you like, oh, look at them, G Sweetie. Oh, they did that. Look at all that they have. Big Blue, look at all that they have. Because what happens, y'all, is when you start working on the inside, using those tools and start working on the inside, it illuminates on the outside. It illuminates on the outside, America. So can I leave y'all with that? Can I leave y'all with illuminate on the outside? Can I leave y'all with that today? Illuminate on the outside.